Well, hello. Hey, this is Wesley Smith with Tree Service Digital, and thank you so much for joining us today for the webinar. Hope everybody has a great week or is having a great week. So I think this thing is recording. Let's make sure. I'm actually going to open up the chat box too on the right-hand side. So if you have a website you want to put in there and you want me to take a look at it, of course, we can do that whenever we have a break. But yeah, let's see. I think everything is working properly. Let's make sure here. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen so everybody can see the slides here that's coming up. All right. So we're in business, right? So this is a webinar on, in 2019, how to optimize your tree service website for conversion. So this is like, if you already have a website, maybe you're already getting visitors, how am I going to get the most amount of calls and the most amount of leads from the website that I already have, right? It's really important that people that find your website actually are able to easily call you or enter their information in the free estimate form or the contact page or whatever, so that you get more leads from those same visitors. So we actually go through what's called a digital dominance method. And really what it entails is basically your website, right? You're gonna have a website, you want good copy, good foundation for your digital marketing overall, just total scheme on the internet, right? So you wanna have good SEO, and then what we wanna do is to add in more leads to come in, you wanna add PPC. So pay-per-click marketing is good because it basically blankets the entire city that you work in. And then retargeting is also good because with retargeting, basically you just follow up with everybody as they come to social media, or they come to Facebook, they come to any of those other places, you can actually follow up with them. And then paid online directories too. You can actually do Yelp or Angie's List. Any of those other ones are going to help you get more leads too. And then you've got email marketing, pay per lead, social media, and a referral program. So all these actually go together to give you a really, really good, let's see here, one second. So if you want to learn how to get more leads from your current website, go ahead and turn off your cell phone, turn off your Facebook. This is really important on how to get more leads from your current website. So you're about to discover how to stop missing calls from visitors who land on your website, right? How to stop missing easy free estimates that your local market's looking for by adding this one thing to your homepage of your website. How to convert more visitors to leads by adding easy testimonials to your website, and how to get back in front of all website visitors that bounce off your website. And so, why the internet? Maybe that's your next question. Well, there's been a massive transition from offline to online for the internet. And statistics tell us that more than 77% of consumers go online when looking for tree services in their local market. And there's over 10 million searches every month for tree service removal and different trimming and different searches like that. So you want to be right in front of these people. So do you want your share? Of course you do. So why am I, and why should you listen to me? Well, I've been in internet marketing for 10 years. I specialize in tree service contractor marketing specifically. And we have expert web development and digital marketing team to help you exclusively just with tree service. We've worked with dozens of tree service contractors across the US, and we know what works to generate a flood of new business for you in your local market. And this is going to help you increase your sales, enhance your online reputation, drive more calls, leads, and profits, and to increase referral business from people you've already done business with in the past. So the problem most people have is there's a big investment in marketing that you have to make, right? And you get website traffic, but you don't get enough leads, or you get a low return on investment. So you're spending the money, but you're not getting enough jobs to pay for all of that, right? And the internet marketing company doesn't know the tree service business specifically. Maybe they're a generalist, or they work with roofers and doctors and attorneys, but not just tree service contractors. So you need a great website that converts. And it needs to be great, right? Your website needs to be great. It needs to look good. It needs to look personal. It needs to have your crew, your team, and maybe the owner and different things like that, so people feel good about giving you a call. So build out your website. Basically, a lot of the tree service websites only have 3 to 5 pages, right? So, and they're not mobile responsive. So you want a page for each one of the services that just basically creates a bigger website, right? So tree trimming, tree removal, stump grinding, stump removal, land clearing, if you do all those different things. And that way your website is one of the bigger ones in the market. And pages also for each of the sub-cities that you serve. So if you serve a lot of different like suburbs of your main city, just develop pages for those too, so that you can end up ranking in those local markets too. And so you want a responsive website. So it needs to be mobile friendly. Totally needs to be mobile friendly. And we'll get into the statistics of that pretty soon, but you want to consistently convert visitors to callers and leads, right? So when people show up on your website, what is the ultimate goal? Well, the goal is basically to get them to call your office for an estimate, right? Or to have you come out and just do the work, schedule the work. So you're going to get a lot of different leads. Some of it's going to be from advertising, some of it's going to be from SEO, some of it's going to be from social media, some of it's going to be from a blog post you did, and then other content across the internet. So your goal is to have a full schedule with trucks running and everybody's happy at that point, right? And this is going to give you momentum, consistent growth in your tree service business to where everybody's just busy, working on all cylinders, owner's happy, everybody's got plenty of calls coming in, and your business just continues to grow year after year. So your website is the hub. I mean, it's pretty much where everything starts. So, you've got if you're doing Twitter posts or you're doing Facebook posts or YouTube videos, it doesn't really matter. All of these people that see your posts and things are going to end up ultimately back on your website. And that's huge. You want to make sure that, people end up on your website, they have a good experience when they get to your website. So this is the one video that I want you to take really seriously from this webinar right here. If you get nothing else from this webinar, I want you to make sure you understand this in full, right? This is conversion and why conversion is so important for the tree service business and any business for that matter. But if you take a look right here, why is conversion so important? So let's look at 2 different scenarios, okay? So 2 different scenarios here. What we're going to take a look at is, let's say you're getting 500 visitors per month in both scenarios, right? But the first scenario is maybe you have a really, really old, outdated website and it's not even mobile friendly. It's not mobile responsive. People on a mobile phone just don't have a good experience when they click on it because it doesn't shrink to the size of the screen. It doesn't provide an easy experience to navigate when they're on a mobile device. But 80% of searches are on a mobile device, so you want to make sure it is. So in that scenario, it only generates 15 calls. So you get 500 people finding your website every single month, but it only generates 15 phone calls, right? That's pretty low. That's only a 3% conversion. But let's say you're pretty good and a third of the estimates you go give, you end up booking as a job. So you're a 33% closing rate. You get 15 you get 15 leads, 15 estimate requests, and you're going to close 5 of those. And let's say your average transaction is $700. Well, that's going to generate about $3,500 in sales, right? So not bad. I mean, you're getting some business from your website. People are calling, but it could be better. And let's take a look at scenario number 2, right? So you're still getting the 500 visitors per month on scenario number 2, right? But in this scenario, you've got a new, highly optimized website, and it converts really, really highly. So when people land there, they generally call, or they actually fill out your website form. Sorry about that, a phone call right in the middle. But in this scenario number 2, your website is really operating on all cylinders. You're getting a lot of calls because people can click to call the button, or they can fill out the estimate form really, really easily, or chat. So out of that 10%, say you get 500 visitors now, with the new website, you're getting 10% conversion. So you went from 3% conversion to 10% conversion. Now you're getting 50 calls per month from your website, right? Or leads, just total leads. And if you're still closing 33% of those to jobs, you get 17 booked jobs now. And if your average transaction, I'm just kind of throwing a number out there for a tree contractor, but let's say your average transaction is $700. Sometimes you're tree trimming, they're smaller. Sometimes you're tree removal, they're bigger. But if your average transaction is $700, You're then going to generate $12,000 almost in sales versus 3,500. Do you see that's 3 times the amount of sales that you would have made with your old website versus having a new website, just because you make it easy for the mobile users to click the call and fill out the estimate form. I'm telling you, conversion is very, very important. So you went from 15 leads per month to 50 leads per month, 3,500 only generated from the website per month to $12,000 generated per month. And we see this all the time because a lot of tree service contractors have the older, outdated website. So why is getting your website built to convert important to you? So maybe you want to take a second and then just say or ask yourself. I can even open up the chat box here too. So if you have any questions or anything like that, just tell me, like, why is it so important? It's very important because that's going to help you generate more leads from the same amount of visitors on your website. So just think about that. Like, why would that be important to you? Maybe it's important because, hey, I would like to generate another $100,000 a year in revenue for my website, or $120,000 a year for my website. And those are very realistic numbers, guys. I mean, we see that all the time. So 10 critical elements to enhance conversion on your website, right? So if you wrote those things down, like why it's important, these are the actual things that really bring in more conversions. So speak to your target avatar. So your avatar is going to be the person that's your average customer. So the person that actually calls you most often is your avatar. That's your target market, your target customer. What are their fears and their frustration? Why should they choose you over another tree service provider in the area, right? Be real. Use authentic images of your team on the homepage and throughout the website. So you're going to want to make sure that the website's personal and people get to know you from your trucks and your people, and maybe some videos. Use video and multimedia elements to engage different modalities. Website welcome video. Hey, welcome to our website. Thank you so much for visiting XYZ Tree Service. We'd love to help you in the local market. You can have videos for each one of your services. Sorry about that. You could videos for each one of your services, video explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. Leverage your social proof, right? Showcase your online reviews prominently on the homepage with a tool like Bird Eye or Review Buzz, or we actually have our own custom tool that we give you to help generate Google reviews. But showing those on the homepage really helps people call you. Get the basics in order. The phone number's got to be in the right-hand corner of the top of the website, right? More people are going to call based on statistics if it's up there. Ensure that there's a web form for customers to fill out, like get a free estimate, contact us now, take a, just whatever you got to do to get them to call, or, add their information so you can call them to schedule an appointment. Ensure that there's a web form for customers to fill out. Add credibility with authority symbols like Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, Home Advisor, different things like that. I'm going to put this on silent real quick. Sorry, guys. Ensure you have clear calls to action on each page that speak to your customer and tell them exactly what to do next. Hey, call now for a quote. Fill out this form for a free estimate. Use special offers and coupons that match the service that they're in need of. So if they, want to get a tree removal, say, hey, get $200 off your next tree removal. Those kind of things help people call you over somebody else. Leverage the live chat. Make sure your website's mobile optimized with an easy clickable call function. Start giving the clients the option to book online. You want them to be able to book on the internet because some people are at work or they're in a place where they just can't make a phone call at the moment, but they want to go ahead and put their information in. So if they enter their information, you want to make sure you get back with them quickly. So what is the one element that will have the biggest impact on the results of your overall internet marketing efforts? What is that? What's that going to be? What's the one element, right? Well, it's going to be optimize all pages for on-site for conversion, right? So you want to make sure you drive visitors on your website to call your office for a quote or for an estimate. That's the main thing. I mean, you want to optimize all pages on the website for conversion. The more people that click and call your office, the better. That's just the way it's going to work, right? I mean, the more people that call, the more leads you're going to get, the more business and revenue you're going to do. And that's just really kind of with any type of niche on the internet, honestly. Put that on silent real quick. So that's, is your website set up to convert visitors to callers? So let's say you get visitors to your website. Are they going to call more often than they would the competitor's website? That's something to look at. So this is a good looking website, 404 Cut Tree. You want your menu to look good too, where you've got service areas. Like if somebody in the local city finds your website and they're maybe in one of the outlying suburbs, are they going to see their suburb in your drop down list? You know, are they going to see their city in here to make it look like, okay, they're a local company, they're going to be able to serve me too. You want calls to action on the homepage. You see how right here on one of these websites we designed, Goose Tree Company, where it says get a free estimate. So it's pretty loud and clear. Hey, if you're on our website for tree service, you want a free estimate? That's pretty much why they're there. So you want to put that contact form right at the top, front and center, so that if they do want to get an estimate, it's very, very simple for them to do so. We don't want to eliminate people from getting an estimate or calling. We want to make sure it's easy for them to do so. Same thing on this website. You know, we're going to make it look really, really good because we want it to convert. Now, this webinar is not about trying to sell you a website, but it's about basically showing you what needs to be on your current website. Or if you need a new website, of course, we can help you, but you could tell your developer to do these things as well, and it's really going to help you convert more people. So get a free estimate. You'll see this common theme pretty much across all of our websites. You're going to want to get a free estimate form at the top. And you know, maybe a video about your company, maybe some personalized information about the owners, some pictures of guys in trucks, things like that. So you want to be set up for conversion. So these are the few things your website should have. So the phone number needs to be in the top right corner, right? So the top right corner of your website needs to have your clickable phone number, not just the phone number written there, but an easily clickable phone number from a mobile device, so that with your thumb, if you're on a mobile device, you can just click the phone number and it generates a call automatically. A web form where a customer can request a quote or a free estimate. Links to your social media profiles, you know, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your YouTube channels. Direct links to your online reviews, testimonials, things like that. You want your company name, address, and phone number on every page of the site. You know, typically it's going to be in the footer. You know, the footer of your website. That way, people can easily find your phone number and your address and everything else. You want the personality of your business. So, like, you know, real photos of your business where people, you know, your team and your trucks and different things like that. A clear explanation of why they should choose your company. That's really, really important. A clear explanation, right? Like, why should they choose you? And that's usually generated with, like, you know, Angie's List logos and BBB logos and ISA and TCIA.org logos to show that you're like one of the best, you know, prominent tree companies around, and people are going to call you more often. Special offers and incentives like coupons and get $200 off if you call today, and then the mobile version, right? So your website needs to look really good, kind of like we talked about. More, you know, conversion elements, kind of like we talked about in the previous slide or two. Navigation, pages, and flow should be easy. So, you know, usually you have the home page, nice header photo. You have tree services where it shows tree removal, tree trimming, tree pruning, land clearing, stump grinding, stump removal, bobcat work, any of the other services that you offer. And then the about page would typically have, you know, things about the owner, things about your company, how long you've been in business, different things like that. Service areas is where the drop down is going to have all the local cities that you service, right? And that way it ranks in all those other cities too. And make sure those pages, you know, have a clickable phone number on the page, right? So see right here where it says the best tree service in Herndon, VA. You want to make sure they can just click on that. Just tap it with their thumb, generate a phone call. Makes it really, really simple for them to call you. And it must be mobile optimized, right? That's kind of what we went through before. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it better be mobile optimized in today's market, because statistics tell us that about 70 to 80% of all internet searches are on a smartphone, especially for tree service. Like, a lot of people are sitting there, they go outside and they go, wow, I got a tree down, or I need to get this limb taken off. And they go straight to Google on their smartphone, pull it up on the internet. And if they find your website, you want to make sure it's mobile responsive, so they can just, you see this button right here that says call now? And I put an arrow there so you can see it really, really clearly. If they click this button that says call now, it's just going to automatically generate a phone call to your office, right? That's it. There's nothing to think about. They don't have to write the phone number down. They don't have to go type it in their keypad. It just generates a call, right? You have to have that. And you can also see here, get a free estimate. You see this contact form right here, get a free estimate? That's there as well. So who is your ideal customer avatar? Well, demographics tell us typically it's a homeowner. It's 35 years old plus, typically, not always, but most of the time, mostly female. Usually, it could be 50-50, depends on the market, but it's typically female and male. Married with kids, 2 to 3 kids. Head of the household is typically the one that calls. 65,000 plus annual household income. So that's your target customer. People that can afford your services, right? Family oriented, reliable, easily frustrated, likes to please people and expects the same in return from other people, right? I do well by others, others do well by me. They're not handy. They like gardening, crafts, and arts. They live in the suburbs, upper middle class neighborhood. They take an interest in their community. The pains and frustrations that these people have typically are, well, let's say they need a tree removed, they're pruned, and the tree's not safe and it's in their yard, right? They can't get a tree service company on the phone or to return their call. They've called, they left messages, they fill out forms on the website, nobody calls them back. That's a frustration, that's a pain. Need to get a tree service issue resolved ASAP, right? They need something done pretty quickly, but nobody will give them a call back. Too busy to deal with it. They can't do it themselves. It's too high up. It's too dangerous. They don't want to do it themselves. Worried that the situation at the house can be unhealthy for family if the tree comes down or something. And moving on, the fears and implications are, if they call a tree contractor, they're going to get ripped off or overcharged. That's a fear. It's kind of like the plumber. When you call the plumber, you're not sure what to expect. Same thing with the tree guy. So upfront pricing goes a long way. Another fear is they're paying too much for something they could have gotten elsewhere. So maybe they called a competitor, they could have got it for 20% less, 30% less. That's a fear. Having home damaged by faulty workmanship, having to wait around for the tree crew to arrive at the house, being inconvenienced trying to coordinate with the tree company. Sometimes that's a big deal too. May cause a disaster in the house. Bill will be more than they can afford. Where, again, that goes to upfront pricing. You got to make sure you give them an upfront quote. So their goals and desires are basically this. They're simple. Let's get the tree fixed. That's all I want to do. Having the issue behind them so they don't have to deal with it again. Having a well-kept home. Taking care of their family, more income, money, and wealth. Live in a nicer, more luxurious home. Drive a nicer car. Kids are healthy, happy, and successful. Spend more time with family. Travel and have fun with the family. Respect and approval from friends, family, and relatives. And then lastly but not least, peace of mind. So this is your ideal customer. Just middle class people, upper class people that can afford your services. So we got to understand what they think, and then on the website we can make sure we know how to convert them to a customer. So here's the messaging that works on the website, right? So if you don't have these things, make sure you kind of go back and think about how to put these on there. So same day service or emergency services, or 24-hour service or on-time service, prompt service, free estimates, pricing or upfront pricing or satisfaction guaranteed are also good messages. People want to know that if they call your company, they're going to be satisfied. They're going to like what they get. They're guaranteed to be satisfied. Trustworthy crews, techs, experienced arborists is another one. Members of the main associations, which is the International Society of Arboriculture, ISA, or TCIA, Tree Care Industry Association. So having those credentials on your homepage is going to go a long way in converting some of these people, right? And then you want like a why work with us, right? Like, why should they work with you if they find your website? Well, we actually adhere to 100% customer satisfaction. We're going to make sure that you're satisfied. We're licensed, insured, and certified. We will gladly give you insurance assistance if you have a tree to fill in a house or a limb to fill in a car. We also have affordable pricing, right? So these are some of the things that you would want to consider working with us for. Why work with us? Again, going a little further is having your credentials. Like, let's say you're a member of the Better Business Bureau, you're an Angie's List member, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, you're one of their best customers and you've got good awards with them or whatever. And then also have some testimonials. Have some testimonials right there on the homepage that basically they go out on a limb and go above and beyond to recommend your company. That's going to give people a really good feeling to give you a call too. So that's why they should work with you, right? So make sure it's mobile friendly. And we've already talked about this again, but I wanted to put another snapshot here of a website that's mobile responsive, that looks really, really good, that, will basically show you what it should look like. So 4.8 billion people now own a mobile phone, right? And 3 out of 5 of those consumers search for local businesses on their smartphone. So you want to make sure that your website's mobile friendly and it shrinks to the size of the mobile device when they go do a search. So Google reports that almost half or 40% of mobile consumers turn to a competitor's website after a bad mobile experience. So think about that just for a second. If you don't have a mobile-friendly website, half of the people that find your website from a mobile phone are going to bounce off and go to your competitor. I mean, that could be 20, 30, 40 calls, 40 leads a month that are bouncing off your website, going to a competitor's website because yours is not mobile friendly. So, just look right here. This is the mobile friendly website. Everything shrinks and wraps to the size of the screen. Logo's clear. Phone number is a clickable button. You've got, get a free estimate contact forms right there at the top. It's so important to get those right so that you get leads whenever somebody lands on your website, right? And then also, showcase your online reviews, just like what we talked about, the testimonials. Have those on the homepage, not another page where they got to click to. And that's good too. I mean, you could go deeper with another page that says testimonials or, why people choose us, and they click on that other page, right? And then you have like 10 or 15 reviews there. But on the homepage, you need a couple, maybe 2 or 3 on the homepage that, really outline what people are saying about your company. And if it's really good stuff, make sure you put the best reviews on the homepage, because that's going to entice people and propel people to call you over the competition. So put those on the homepage. I mean, we make sure we always have a section on the homepage for testimonials, a section for awards and service awards, a section for why choose us, another section for credentials like ISA certified or, TCIA, members of TCIA and all that stuff. So here's some key ideas. You might want to write some of these down. Add real authentic images of your team to the homepage and throughout the entire website. It just gives it that personal feel. When you have pictures of like the team, the owners, maybe some videos, different trucks with your logos on it, stuff like that. Add video elements to your website, like a welcome video, like, hey, welcome to our website. Thank you so much for visiting. We would love to give you an estimate on your tree care issue. Just go ahead and fill out the form today, and we'll be in touch with you soon. Videos for each one of your services if you want, video explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. So a lot of these things just really help people go ahead and give you a call once they're on your website. Showcase your online reviews more prominently on the homepage and get the basics in order, right? I'm telling you, the statistics tell us these things are 100% accurate. So you want the phone number in the right-hand corner of the website at the top. And if somebody's on a mobile device, it shrinks and it's still at the top where they can just tap it to call. And then have that click to call. It's called the click to call WordPress plugin. And put that on your website too, because it's at the bottom and people can just tap it with their thumb and call you. It's going to generate a lot more calls for you. Ensure that there's a web form that customers can fill out really, really easily. Add credibility with authority symbols, like we're talking about the BBB, Angie's List, Thumbtack, Home Advisor, TCIA logo, International Society of Arboriculture, the ISA logo, things like that are going to give people the feeling that they want to give you a call. Update the calls to action on each page to ensure they speak to your customer and tell them exactly what to do next. Hey, call now for a quote. Hey, fill this estimate form out for a quote. Update the calls to action and leverage the coupons, right? So if you have coupons like get $200 off your next full tree removal, get $100 off your next tree service, different things like that, get people to call too. It's all about volume of leads, right? Because all those leads that come in, as long as you guys are on site talking to customers, you're going to get your share of jobs out of that, right? But if your phone's not ringing or you're not getting email leads from the website, then you're not going to be as busy as you could be. Offer clients the option to book online. That kind of goes without saying. But some of our clients are saying things like this. I had to throw in a testimonial section for me too. And this is what you would put on your website, what we would put on your website. So Wes and Tree Service Digital are total professionals and gave us critical advice on SEO and increasing our web presence. His non-sales approach with level of expertise are real assets to our business and truly appreciate it. That's Charles. And then Tyler says, Wes and his team are top-notch and professional. They provide outstanding website building and SEO services. My company is steadily growing thanks to the constant hard work that these guys continue to deliver. The SEO services took about 60 to 90 days to start kicking in. However, when they did, truly made a difference. Great team. So we appreciate those guys' business. If you're on the webinar today, we thank you so much for the testimonials. But you want to optimize each page for on-site for conversion, right? Same thing we went over earlier. So when people land on your website, you want to make sure we kind of move them to a phone call. right? You're doing everything you can to move them to go ahead and click the button to call your office to book an estimate, right? To book an appointment. And that could be from the phone call, or about 30% of people are going to fill out the contact form to get a free estimate. So we want to move them to that. So which of the following should you implement in your business now that will have a positive impact on your conversion rates, right? Which of these, right? All you have to do is just pick a couple of them because they'll make a significant difference on your website. Now, if you have an older website template that's not mobile friendly, it could be that it's impossible to add some of these things because it's not gonna matter. Like, you can't put a clickable phone number on some of the older website templates. So if you have an older website, that's okay, but you're probably going to need to get a new website in order to have these elements on there, these conversion elements, to make sure that you're going to generate more leads for the same amount of visitors. And we saw it earlier, guys. I mean, out of 500 visitors, this guy here only got 10 leads. And what was it? 15. It was 15 leads. And then this guy over here with the newer, highly converting website, 500 visitors, and got 50 leads. So would you rather get 15 leads or 50 leads from the same amount of traffic to your website? I mean, I know for me, it would be 50, and that way you can kind of pick and choose what jobs you do, or just overall do more jobs, but it's really, really important, really crucial. And so pick 3 of those and just run with it. Make sure you get them done. I mean, if you need our help, of course, we're here to help you. This is all we do is digital marketing for tree service contractors. But if you already have a web developer, make sure you take some of these ideas to that person and get those things implemented, because it's going to make a huge difference. And that's the reason why doors stay open and doors close to businesses, is not getting enough leads. So is your website optimized to convert? Does it speak loudly to your target customer? Does it address their fears and their frustrations and speak to why they should choose you over the competition? Does it have real authentic images of your team, your trucks, on your homepage and throughout the website? Does it include video elements to your website? Does it include a welcome video, like just welcoming them for visiting your website, explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition? Does it show your online reviews prominently on the homepage with a tool like Bird Eye or Review Buzz that shows those reviews on your page? That's really important, guys. I mean, those go a long way. When a third party, somebody else, is saying that your business is awesome, you're going to get calls way more often, I'm telling you. Does it make it easy for them to take action and get in contact with your company? To click the call buttons, to get a free estimate forms. And is your phone number in the right-hand top corner of the website? And is it clickable, from a smartphone? Ensure that there's a web form that customers can fill out on your home page of your website. Now, the contact page, that's great too. You need that. But you need a get a free estimate contact form on the home page. And add credibility to your website too, with authority symbols like BBB, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, different things like that. And you want it to be mobile friendly, mobile optimized, so it's easily clickable and callable from your smartphone, from an Android, from an Apple phone. And then last but not least, you may want to consider adding a chat feature to your website, because that does kind of get more leads too. Sometimes people just have a question or two they want to ask, and a live chat is perfect for that. So I want to offer you guys, I mean, if you have any questions about your current website, I'm going to open up the chat window here too. So if you have any questions about your current website, shoot us a chat really quick and let me know. I'll be happy to take it with your website either on the webinar here now, or we can do it later. You can email it to me or whatever, but the free online marketing plan review is going to be, what we're going to do is just basically take a look at your entire online presence, right? And this is just a lead flow acceleration session. Like, we're just showing you kind of what we can do to help and those types of things. And but it'll be an analysis of your online visibility, like how many people can find you when they go on the internet, right? Are you able to be seen or found for tree service keywords in your local market? That's important for getting calls. We'll develop a custom keyword list of most of the important search terms in your area, like tree service Atlanta, tree removal Atlanta, for example. If you're in the Atlanta market, or if you're in any other market, it doesn't matter. We're going to develop a ranking report showing you where you currently rank. We'll do an analysis of how many online directories you're currently listed in versus the ones that you need to be in, right? We'll let you know that. And then analysis of your reviews and your reputation, because I can tell you what, your reputation is very important on the internet. People give it like 2 seconds to choose who they're going to call. when they see your Google listing. So if they see a Google listing with like 2 stars, they're pretty much going to bounce over that and go to the next guy. I can assure you of that. So the reputation is very, very important. We'll look at your social presence and analysis of your website conversion effectiveness. So you can call our office, 678-823-6700. If you have any questions, I mean, we would love to take a look at your website presence, your online presence, and see what we can do to help you guys. Or you can simply go to this website address here. It's treeservicedigital.com/think-u-webinar, and we can take a look at it there. But these are some of the things we'll do. We'll put together some nice looking reports for you so that you know exactly what it's going to take to get more calls coming in. So the question is what are you going to implement with your current website to get more calls, to get more conversions coming in your local market? And a lot of it just happens to be your website effectiveness, your how many conversions it's going to create over the next several months. So we went over this to begin with. It's the digital dominance method. And this method just really, really accelerates the amount of calls you're going to get in your local market. So it all starts with your website and the SEO. And once you get that right, and you know that when people find your website, they're going to call more often, they're going to go ahead and put their information in for a free estimate, then it's time to go to the races, right? Get more people coming to your website because you know you're going to convert them into a lead, into a call, and then subsequently into a paying customer. That's the main thing. So number 2 is to get the PPC going afterwards, right? Do the retargeting to where everybody that visits your website or visits your landing page is going to end up seeing you all over the internet. Facebook retargeting, Google partner sites retargeting. That's very important for branding your business. And it just brings in a lot of leads, because if you think about it, let's say your website, I don't know, let's say it converts at 10%, 20%. Well, what are you going to do with the other 80 to 90% of those visitors that didn't call the first time or didn't put their information in for an estimate the first time? Where do they go from there, right? So all of those people go into what's called a custom audience. And so once they visit your website or your landing page, we can then run ads to them all over the internet, following up with them with your business, right? Click here for a free estimate for your tree service. So it just really helps brand your business and bring in all of those people later, because you know they were interested in tree service because they found your website to begin with. So what we need to do is follow up with them over the next couple of months. We don't want to retarget them forever, but maybe a month or 2, and that keeps costs down too, because some people continue to fall out of that audience and more people are coming in that visit your website. Then you can do some paid online directories like Yelp, Angie's List, different things like that. Repeat and referral business is important with email marketing and social media. Home Advisor, Thumbtack, different things like that for pay per lead if you want to get more leads coming in. Social media advertising, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, different things like that. And then you could also have a referral program, just give people gift cards for referring your business or different things like that. So again, guys, we'll go ahead and throw it up here again for a free marketing online review. So if you want us to take a look at your website, see what you got going on with it, and see how we can help you kind of really accelerate the amount of calls you get from your website. We'll take a look at the analysis of your online visibility. We're going to look at the custom keyword list of the most important search terms in your local market. So you'll tell us, you'll say, hey, look, we do, tree service, tree removal, tree trimming, tree pruning, stump removal, stump grinding. Some people like to do land clearing, bobcat work, and different things like that. So we'll make sure we analyze your local market, see how many searches are coming in there, and how many calls you would expect to get from that. We'll take a look at your online directories, how many you're listed in versus how many more we could get you in. And a ranking report too, to kind of show where you rank and how many calls you're probably, and you can tell us, and we'll say, okay, you're ranked here on page 2 or page 3 of Google. How many calls is that getting you per month right now? And you may go, hey, Wes, we're getting, 15 calls a month right now. We're on page 2. Okay, well, if we get you to page 1 and have a highly converting website, you can go from 15 calls to 60 calls a month because you have, 500,000 population in your city, or some of the different suburbs, we get ranked in all those suburbs too. You're going to expect another 3 to 4x in call volume from just getting all this stuff right. And then we'll look at your social presence and then the analysis of website conversion effectiveness. So like what's on your website, what can we help you improve on, and different things like that. So we're coming to a close of the webinar. I'll close the chat now in case you guys have any other questions. But thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with Tree Service Digital today. Wesley Smith here. And we really appreciate you taking a look at all this stuff. And if we can help you with anything on your website, or if you have any questions, just reply back to this email. We're going to send this email out also into a replay. So early next week, we'll send this out in a replay. And then you can respond there if you have any questions. And then also we'll have a link to book an appointment if you want to talk about your local market, and a free online marketing plan review for tree service and tree removal locally there where you reside. Okay, well, I hope you got some good value from this. We're going to try to put on one of these per month with a new topic and a new set of criteria for tree service marketing. Sometimes it's going to be about your Google map listing, maybe your search engine optimization, pay-per-click marketing, social media marketing, maybe an overall yearly marketing plan review, maybe 2020 coming up, and just different things like that you're probably interested in that we know a lot about. So we might as well put these webinars on and help our customers and potential clients answer some questions that you may have about digital marketing. Okay, well, until next time, hope you guys have a terrific weekend. And if we can help you, by all means, just give us a call or respond to this email and we'll go from there. All right, thanks a lot.